Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome back to Rooted in Us, our episode 9. Today is Thursday.
Today is Thursday, yes.
And I'm Fatima Mans, the co-birther and expert in love and healing work today. And I am being joined with the amazing, incredible genius, Jeremy A. Teal, he's kind of a big deal. I think he is a
hmm
big deal, but not kind of. And before we go into our session today, I want to ground us in our knowing of what we need. So I just want you to, if it feels good in your body, just come into this space and know that you know what you need. With each inhale and exhale, you know what works for you. You know what feels good for you. And you know that you get to choose what you do with that knowing. And just inhale and exhale that wisdom that you know. No one is taking it from you, no one can give it to you. It's something internal. Inhale from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet, allowing yourself to feel the knowing that you got it. In this moment, you have it, whatever that it is. Inhale and exhale. And even if what that it is a nap or a coffee or a good job because you decided to do something that had the impacts that you were seeking, you knew that you were going to do it. You knew that it was possible for you to do. Go you and inhale and exhale that knowing. I invite you to take 2 or 3 breaths, just grounding in this moment, in this space, in your wonderfulness, in your wisdom. And then when it feels good for you, I invite you to come back into this space with the knowing that not only do you have everything that you need, but you are seen, you are loved, and people need you. You being people and the world. So I hope that you are giving you what you need by drinking water and taking care of yourself. And you're just here with us. So thank you for doing that. Jeremy,
Hey,
how you
hey.
doing?
Unmotivated, overwhelmed, uh, well taken care of, and my ass is still fat. So we're great, actually. Now that I think about it. How are you doing?
I mean, you can. I mean, I hate to. I'm not trying to kill you off, but it sounds like you can die today, and you had a good run on
Yeah, like listen,
it.
I don't really need anything else at this point. I think what we're doing is pretty good. It's been a few weeks of not really wanting to do much of anything, but being basically obligated to survive and be an adult. It's the worst.
It really is. I think I've talked to a lot of people about how adulting sucks in the last 72 hours. Like they try to set you up to make it seem like adulting is wonderful until you realize there's no naps, there's no recess, and there's no scheduled like snack time. Like
Yep. You
just
have to schedule your own snacks. You have to remind yourself to go pee. Um, I get it, you're like in charge of your schedule, but just like a child would, you add too much stuff to your schedule. Like a child is convinced they can be a superhero and eat all the sugar and take a bath and see other friends and all that's all in one day. It's like, oh, I can do just I just need like 3 hours. Just do all that.
it's like no, you
No.
don't, man. No, and I need a nap.
And I need a nap.
and little humans get a nap. How am I? I actually feel like I do need a nap. I'm not even gonna hold you. I definitely feel like a nap is something that I want in my life today. But then I'm also the type of person, if I take a nap, I'll be up all night and then my whole rhythm would be off. So I think I'm just gonna push through it and maybe be in the bed by like 8:39. I think that sounds like a really good plan to me. Yeah, and I ate. I had some bananas and some nuts, so I feel like I don't want to smack somebody because I'm hungry. So that's good. And my ass is not fat, but my smile is pretty, and I like the way I feel. So all is well.
Well, great.
Yeah, we all can't be blessed with, badunkadunk like you, but still
No, we can't. I mean, honestly, I wasn't blessed with it until a few years back, so it's new to me too.
girl bye. You just recognize that it was there because I have
No, for
always seen
real,
it and I've
friend, I did
known
not.
you.
Well, okay, a few years back, let's say like 15. Oh, it's been like 10 years. I don't know.
Yeah, like I've known you almost that long, and it's been something you could set a drink on since I've known you. So what you talking about?
I would not trust that. That drink will fall. But I think for funsies, yes.
It depends
Yes.
on what you're wearing.
And how little the drink is.
A shot definitely can stay there.
Yes, I think a shot could stay. I think a shot could do it. This is gonna bother me. Hold, please. Stop it. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. So, Fatima, what are we talking about today?
Money, value, and entrepreneurship. Like, what does it mean to value ourselves, to set our prices, to really let people know what we're worth? Because we don't always talk about our worth in that sense, because I feel like a lot of us have tension around it, especially in the creative community and the wellness community, healers. We have tension around capitalism and the idea of asking for money for the resources, skills, experience, and expertise and genius that we bring. And so having a conversation about how we have gotten through this and learned what our value is, and then, what steps have we taken, and stories that help us learn and identify how we can grow and making sure that we get what we actually are worth.
Love it. Exciting. I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, so we have questions, but I want to start with value, because I think that we don't talk about, like, we have this negative connotation when we talk about what our value is, because we have a negative connotation around capitalism. And so when we talk about value, we automatically connect it to what, like, this concept of productivity, to burnout and all these things. But it's like, but no, some of us have gone to schools, we paid for certifications, we've volunteered and interned, we've put time and energy into things that would equate to it being of value. So then how do you make that in something for yourself? So what does value mean to you? When someone says, what is your value? How do you take that, and what does that mean?
Generally, when a person asks me, well, when a person solicits my services or opinion, I tend to ask them what they're going to get out of it. And that's kind of explains value is kind of what I'm going to give out. That it is my ultimate output, because I think the work part of work isn't really the thing that's valuable. What's valuable is the knowledge you're going to get, right? Right, and the knowledge is in me. So I guess that's why one would say that you are valued, you are valuable, your experiences are valuable, yes. But my practicing it, I mean, my teaching it isn't the value part. The value comes from kind of just knowing what I know and experiencing what I experience, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah, and when a person asks my help, actually, at least now, the better I get at this, I ask, well, what are you going to do with this information first? It's like, do you have a plan to put any of this in place? Because I'm going to throw a lot of shit at you, and you are going to look at me like a crazy person. And he's like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? And I was like, well, honey, that's a whole different course. You asked me what you could do, and I told you what you could do. And now you got to go do it. And if you want me to do it, we didn't even have this conversation. You could have just told me what you wanted. I'd have done it for you. It cost you a lot more, but hey, go you. That's why I never have a problem giving away information for free, because can't nobody do it without me. You can't do
That's
this
true.
without me.
That's true.
What about you? What does value mean to you? I feel like I had a lot of words there.
No, it's perfect. So when I think about value, I think about it like energy, right? How much energy is whatever going to require. And whatever energy that is going to require, that energy is going to be focused on something, right? So is that energy focusing on me doing, thinking, teaching, giving, receiving? Where's the transfer of energy? And I am usually like, how much energy am I exporting in this? Like, where's if I'm exerting a lot of energy, then there needs to be there's a value to the level of energy that I'm exerting. And depending on how much, that's the value. Because if you're taking up space in my brain, right? Because that's a thing. If I am thinking about you, I'm thinking about your mission, your vision, your principles, I'm thinking about your dreams and what you want to accomplish, that's energy, right? Then I'm meeting with you, I'm talking to you, I'm engaging with you all throughout the process. It doesn't matter what's happening. That's energy. And then if we're building and creating, that's more energy. I have to send you follow-up emails and recaps, also energy. So for me, value is what kind of energy am I given and or being received? And that to me is how I think about value. Like, and sometimes not just how long, but the result, like you were saying, what am I getting out of it? It's not just the energy that you're receiving, but also what's the end result. And if the end result is something that took a lot of energy to get, then the value may shift, right? If it's low impact, not a lot of energy, and the output doesn't require a lot, then the value shifts because the energy that went into it shifts. Now, the value of me personally is not the same as the value of the energy that I put into my work. They're not the same thing. And I think that when we talk about value, people talk about value as I am valued at this. It's like nobody's talking about you, Shawty, like you in a slave. Like you're priceless. We're talking about the energy that you put into your work.
True. And so few people that I've come across are intimidated by those who have the energy to give. And it's so yes, when you say energy, at least what I hear is effort. And your effort isn't the same kind of strain on your body as it is to another human. So whereas I can write a workshop and arrange some flowers in one day and exude minimal energy because that is just how my days go, it would take a person 3 weeks to do something like that, like working 8 hours a day. And it would stress them out that they haven't finished the second task so hard. Now it's like, all right, what do you want it to be about? How long do you want it to be? Do you have the flowers? Great. Like give me like 3 or 4 hours and I'll figure it out. And it'll be fab, right? It's like that's my value. My value is the fact that you're going to get all this wonderful stuff, and now I'm not going to exude a lot of energy out of it. You're right. I'm not. My time value, the energy value, what you're going to get out of it value, and what you didn't have to do.
That I was going to say that there you go, right there. That's the value too.
You didn't have to do anything but tell me, and I did it for you. And now you're on stage talking about something you didn't create. But thank goodness I wrote you some notes. So you at least can flub through it. You can just flail through it and people won't ask you any questions.
That's bow. You're welcome.
I've done it way too many times. At this point, I've listened to so many presentations that I have had to make like speaker notes and shit for. And like, you didn't hit the point at all, but okay. All right.
You know what they say about bringing horses to water? I mean,
push them in.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's not what they say, but I do feel like sometimes we all feel like that, right? It's like what if I just push you into this? Can we get it done? But people don't value that you gave them their time back. Like, because I'm doing this, you're not spending 8 hours a day or 10 hours a week to do this thing that's really only take me 2 to 3 hours. And valuing the fact that I gave you your time back. You're welcome. You can now go frolic and do whatever it is that you want to do. But valuing the fact that someone else is doing, like giving you that space again, and honoring that that is value. Having your time back is a thing that you're like, yes, people pay other people to do the thing they don't want to do.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, how many times have, well, I mean, my new favorite example is people are broke, right? And it's like, I know quite a few people who have feigned brokeness. And it's like, I am so broke. But in the same sentence, they talked about the door dashing that the the Postmates or the DoorDash they just ordered. It's like, oh, you're not broke. You just value time differently. You'd rather spend money so you don't have to go do something. So you're not poor. You just, you might be poor in time. So you might like actually be broke in time, but you're not broke with money. You got money because you just spent an additional $15 to have someone bring something to you. Granted, it took 3 times as long to get it to you, but the fact that you didn't have to do it, that's what you value. So stop saying you're broke, bitch. You're not broke. You just ain't got no time and you're low key kind of lazy. And that's okay. Because we all have the moments. I started this whole thing off with saying, I don't want to do shit. I'm not in the mood. Leave me alone. So I get it. Ain't nothing wrong with admitting it. But I'm not door dashing a motherfucking thing. I went grocery shopping yesterday and I meal prepped because a bitch is, yeah, I ain't got a whole bunch of time, but a bitch ain't got a whole bunch of money either. So I gotta choose my battles. And I like to drink on the weekend. So I needs my drinking coins. I don't care what nobody say. I needs my gin and tonics. Otherwise, you bitches is gonna hate me next week. I digress.
No, you don't, because that like what you value is your gin and tonics on the weekend, and making sure that in your budget in your life, that's what you, because you value your gin and tonics, you set it up so that you're grocery shopping and meal prepping, so that the thing that you value you can engage in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but people don't think about it like that. So when you think about our value, we think about usually only towards money, but it's like it's yes, money, and like I value a specific kind of lifestyle, and because I value a specific kind of lifestyle, it may cost money and it may involve money. But the thing that I value is not having to deep clean the house, not having to do my own laundry, and not having to cook my own food every single day, every single meal, like all the time. Who wants that? I value somebody else making my food for me, because I don't be wanting to make myself food. Hence why I'll eat banana nuts, because the chopping and the cutting and the no, just
And it's hot,
nuts.
and then there are dishes, and then you're
And you
supposed
gotta
to
clean
eat
them.
it. And they're supposed to sit down and eat afterwards. It's like, I don't now. Meal prepping is just where it's at. I don't, if you haven't tried meal prepping, do it. I'm endorsing it for you. Whoever's listening. Do it all at once. Yeah, do it. I understand you don't want to eat the same thing every day. Make 2 meals. Alternate.
Or 3. I used to make 3 meals when I meal prepped. I was really like same ingredients though, different kinds of meals.
There you go.
Because I'm smart. So where did you learn value? How did you learn what your value is and how to engage in your value?
I don't think I quite know completely. Like I just said all those words, but I can't say I'm truly all the way there. But I do know when I'm not being valued. So can I answer that question? How can I spot when someone isn't valuing it or I'm not feeling valued?
Yes.
We earlier we talked about how my energy and effort being exerted is part of what I think my value is proposition is. When another person starts to evaluate my time for me, that's when I know they're not valuing. Like, you asked me to do a task and I gave you a timeline, and that timeline is great. I can do it within that timeline. That's why I said I could do it. And then you start to evaluate it for me as if it wasn't my time that I am allotting. Like, I know how long this is going to take me. You might think it's too much time or too little time, but that's never, that ain't got shit to do with you. I said I'm going to do it this at this much for this time. That's what I'm going to do. That's when I start to realize the little inklings of someone doesn't really value this. They don't really want my brain. They just don't want to do it. And they only want to do it at either a certain time frame or certain price point, or maybe even a certain way. Like they want it to be done the way they would do it. It's like, well, I'm not you. I'm not you. And since I'm not you, you do have to pay me. And since you do have to pay me, I'm going to give you a schedule. But just because I said I'm going to take 40 hours on this thing, I might not. I might actually only take 20. But I'm giving you some lenient 20 hours because you're going to call me about it. And you want to email me about it. And you're going to want to text about it. And you want to talk about it when I see you out in public. And, I'm 2 sheets to the wind. I'm docking all that time. All that time is in this contract because I already know how this goes. I'm not stupid. Stupid. So, I mean, that's how I know. And that's how I'm learning to navigate what value is and how it works for me. What about you? Where did you learn it? Or how are you learning it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm learning because when I started doing this work, I came out here in a poverty mindset, and not from the sense of like how I was raised, but because I was in AmeriCorps Vista and we literally took a vow of poverty. So 2013, I took a vow of poverty to work in this organization. And you literally live with the poverty line of the area that you live in. So I always think I was making $11,000 in 2013, and I was getting food stamps. And from there, AmeriCorps Vista, I went straight into lawyer school, which is also another kind of vow of poverty. And then I got back into community organizing, and I wasn't charging people for the brilliance. I wasn't charging people for anything. It was just like, I want you to come get you some of what the skills and tools and resources I have access to. And I'm not charging you not even close to what I'm worth. Like, and what I'm worth being, I have a law degree. I have 10 plus years in nonprofit work and organizational structures and curation of experiences. I have a resume that can go against a lot of people who make twice as much as I was making 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, whatever. And it'd be like, okay, well, you've done things for free. So we're just going to continue to be in the mindset of we don't have to pay Fatima because Fatima has done so many things for free. Like she's just like wanting to help, but I can't buy cucumbers and pay rent and water off of my desire to help. Right. So finding the value in taking a step back and saying, if somebody was in the same or similar situation as me with the same skill sets and tools, how much would that person charge? How much does that person make in a full-time, part-time job? Like that's how my brain went to it. It's just like, let's ask the Google. If Google is saying that a person doing what I'm doing is making $5,000 plus for that one keynote or training, okay, well now wait for $5,000. Like, okay, great. Because isn't it based off the industry norms and best practices? So I'm learning and have had to learn what those were because I didn't work in corporate America for 10 plus years. Like I last corporate job I had was Apple. Like that's not really corporate at all. And in the sense of when I was working, I mean, it is, but it isn't. So having that space to really figure out what my value is based off of my lived experiences, what I'm offering, what is in my toolbox has been a journey because I literally came from not thinking about money at all. Like I did this whole, I'm gonna live like Buddha and I'm gonna stay with friends and I'm just like, I'm Fatima, I don't want to be Buddha. Like I want massages and I want to go on trips and Buddha may have gotten those things, but Buddha wasn't paying for them. It was all the people that Buddha was serving that was making sure Buddha had that. But we're not in that world anymore. So now I have to make the money to get the things that Buddha was just getting. And so, yeah, my value now has shifted to I've put in my time. I've served people, organizations, individuals um, below the poverty line and below what the industry norm has been and is. And so now I'm just like, we can just stay at the industry, whatever the industry is, and then we're gonna go above it. We're gonna do the high ticket version of what the industry is. Because why not?
You know, something that I didn't realize until recently was so many people do not just community work, but like workshop work and education work and consulting work on the side of a full time job. No one ever mentioned the full time job. So here I was thinking, at least at one point, that folks were essentially making a living doing what they love, right? Because no one ever mentions that they have kind of a solid $60,000 base because they're an HR manager for insert company. And in the evenings, weekends, or since they have a flexible schedule, they can take 10, 12 plus hours a week to go make their other money or do their other interests and all that good stuff. And it didn't dawn on me until recently. So, not recently, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And it was, who the fuck was it? Oh, I will not name names, but was a person that I was looking up to. So it's like, wow, I really love that he makes all these cool workshops and he's just traveling the country and he's on these panels and he's producing things and how cool. So I was replicating this in my mind in real time, right? Only difference was I was spending 40, 50, 60 hours a week on that, like making the creative world my full-time job. But then reminded myself, no, nigga, you don't make most of your money doing this. You make most of your money as a consultant. You have like a lot of coins that come to you from doing basic work. Just like your basic low-level skills is what actually someone gives you a check to do this monthly. The rest of it is good credit and time management. That's really all it is. So I guess I'm saying all that to say is that I don't want people to hear this and be like, oh, make your dreams come true by working really, really hard. No, nigga, make your dreams come true by being smart and not stupid. You need not just money to survive, but you do need the time and energy to be able to do it. So don't burn yourself out trying to keep up with bitches that you don't even know how they're doing it. You don't know their game plan. You don't know. And I'm gonna put you on the game. The game is you go work for somebody to make some coins. Okay? You ain't gotta make a lot of them. We just need you to be able to eat and have somewhere to live. Okay. Then the rest of your money can go towards your dreams. Cool. Because I'm so happy you got out of that Buddha shit. Because I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I think Fossil would just go come up missing one day and bitch, I don't know, Uruguay or something. And I'm not coming to Uruguay to get your bitches. Ain't nobody told you to go down there fucking with them people. Fatima used to chase hurricanes, y'all. She was a hurricane chaser.
I'm not a hurricane. Okay, I wasn't chasing the hurricane. I was chasing the people that needed help after the hurricane.
Chasing the hurricane. This bitch was on the internet. It's like, oh my God, it's coming. I gotta go. No, you don't. You stay your funny looking ass right here in the mainland of the United States of America where ain't no hurricane. You help from here. She don't wear shoes, right? You know what happens to hurricanes? Things get blown around. Things be sharp. Just outside. Sorry, I'm just being dramatic, but keep going.
It's funny you said that because I'm actually thinking about going to Jamaica to help out.
No, absolutely not. No, you are not going. Just stay your ass where you at.
Like the funny thing is I was actually thinking about it. But you're not wrong though. Like other people's plans aren't your plans. Like people are out here having full-time jobs, and that full-time job is actually help funding the side hustle. And I've never had a full-time job to fund the side hustle, and I don't have good credit yet. So it was just been like hustle to get it, and the hustling to get it, I was getting it, but it was bare minimum. And working outside of bare minimum in the way that's like, I value the lifestyle that I'm building and that I want. So how do I get there? And that has been my thing. It's like, okay, so what's the number that would help me get to the place to live the life that I want to actually live? Because I want massages at least twice a month. Like I do. My body is so tight. Like my shoulders are ridiculous. I want somebody to make me food at least twice a week. I just at some point in the week, I just be like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Like I don't want to. Pineapples. I want somebody to clean my house because I don't want to do that either. Like, but all of those things take money. People aren't just taking peace and love for cleaning the house.
No.
People aren't taking love and light, you know what I'm saying, for rubbing my body down for 90 minutes or 2 hours. So recognizing I had to shift in my thinking and setting my prices, because I need my prices to be able to help me live my life, not just pay my bills and all those things. Yes, because I need that too. But life is about living, and living to me is experiences, and I need to pay for experiences. How do I do that if the prices that I'm setting doesn't even cover my water?
You don't. Like you just don't. There are like I mean, why do you think I'm out here chasing? I am out here chasing corporate jobs that have pretty decent salaries because I need the next level is expensive. Like, and it's not so much that I'm gonna make a lot of money. It's that to break through it with no agent, no fame. I think I'm really attractive, but I'm not like so attractive that a person will overlook my skill set to just let me in. Now, like I have to be exceptionally talented and attractive. That is, and I'm black, so I have to do all that too, right? Like this, so it's expensive. Okay, God damn it. And I don't make enough. I don't make enough, and I'm not about to ruin my credit chasing some pipe dream. I'm not doing that. It's just not worth it. Also, my goal is not to be famous. My goal is to get my work out to people that I think need to see it and would enjoy it. But it's not to be some like, I don't know. I don't need to be on Oprah's next channel. I don't need that. I would love it. It'd be really fun. But I'm cool with YouTube. I'm fine with, the local PBS station. I'm cool with that. That don't bother me none.
Nope.
What?
I was gonna be like, do we still have PBS? I was like, do we still have PBS? That's where my brain went.
Yes,
like,
we currently still have public television for now.
Like, do we still have it? I mean, yes.
I think it's a state thing, right? It's not a federal thing. I think it's a state thing. Like public access television, I think.
Yes, it is. It is. Okay. But I remember there was a conversation about it going away, so that's why I was asking.
Got it.
Yeah, you're not lying. I definitely get it, and you're right. Like it's just knowing what it is that you desire, and knowing, like, if I do that, that's not going to help me hit what I desire, and if I do this, it might. And knowing that from a money perspective and price point perspective, because there was a point where I would be like, I'm about to ask this person for $5,000, and I'm like, I know people who are not as brilliant as me who charge more for less.
Yeah.
And not to compare myself, but to compare myself because I need to know what the industry standards are. So if someone who doesn't have the same experience, skill sets, network, outreach, whatever, and is charging a certain price point, why wouldn't I? Like, why wouldn't I do the same thing? Because we're in the same industry. And having to be like, no, for an hour talk, it's $2,500. So what? Yeah, it's 25. And when I first said $2,500, I'm like, it was an hour, and I had to create a presentation, and you got to keep the presentation. $2,500 isn't a lot of money, but I'm a Black woman in this body, so it's a lot of money for a virtual conversation or workshop. But it's like, but there's people out here charging $5,000 plus for the same or similar thing. And there's no problem because they're in a different body. If it's a white man doing it, oh yeah, he's an expert. Why is this white man an expert when he ain't got no degrees? He ain't do nothing. He just decided one day he was going to through ChatGPT that he wanted to be a keynote speaker and put some stuff out. And here we are. Y'all are hiring him at $7,500 or more. and not the people who are Black and brown who actually have lived experiences. So having to deal with that and be like, I'm just gonna, those who are for me, and this is what my prices are gonna be. And people say, well, I can't pay you what you're worth, but I can pay you this. I've accepted that because I wanted the money, but it was a clear, like, I know we can't afford you at that price, and I know that you're worth that price. That's just not in our budget, and I accepted it. It's different than someone trying to convince me that I'm worth less than what I'm telling you. If you ain't got the money, that's something completely different, but don't try to devalue me by saying, well, is it really worth that?
He's like, well, what is it worth to you now, right? Because that's when you start having to play like psychological volleyball with people, or doing what you are good at as a person of high, decent value. You have to start working. Like, now I'm working. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, then what is it worth to you? Because if you haven't put thought into what it's worth to you, then how can you evaluate what I'm worth? Right? So right now, in this moment, because you just told me I'm not worth it, well, what is it worth? And if you can tell me what it's worth, I might be able to meet you there, because I know what I can take off. I know what I can subtract to get it there. Because to you, it's, again, the fact you didn't have to do it. Or maybe you just wanted me to hit 1 point. Well, what was that 1 point? Because you wanted a presentation on, I don't know, the importance of rest in the workplace. And I've created this gorgeous workshop for people with that. But you really just want a person to tell folks to take a break here and there. Oh, okay. So you're right. I am way overshooting what you're considering worth. I'm overshooting, honey. Really, what you want me to do is start a prompt and let people have a round robin conversation. That's just facilitation. That's not a workshop. And it sounds like you don't even really want me to say anything. You kind of just want them to say things so that you can check the box of saying, oh, well, I created a space for them to be able to acknowledge that rest is important. Love it. You're right. So now it's not $5,000. Now it's, I don't know, $750. Cool. I ain't gotta go nowhere. Okay, yeah, cool. I'll say I'll do it for $750. I do it for $750 from my house, and in a pair of shorts and a polo. You want me to come there? Oh, okay, so now we got the problem. So I hear what you're saying. Yeah, if you don't even know what something's worth, then how the fuck you gonna tell me what it's worth? I know what I'm worth. At least in the moment. Right? I know I'm evaluating it as we're talking about it. Sorry, that was a good rant, Jeremy. Don't be.
It was, because it's true. Like, people don't know what they value and what they think things are worth. And it's like, well, I thought it was worth, like, for example, I do one-on-ones, right? And so my one-on-ones, I have on a sliding scale. My one-on-ones are like worth $350. I know, because I sit with you, I help you. I send a detailed follow-up email after, like, and I'm already $300 an hour for nonprofits anyway. So if I'm $300 an hour and that's my consulting fee, I'm doing all this work in holding space. My one-on-ones are valued at $350 up, right? But just because you can't pay $350 or up doesn't mean I'm not going to give you some, like, you don't get the crux, but you're not getting all of it. I'm not sending you worksheets. You're not getting a workbook. I'm not working through the workbook with you. That's at the valued price. But you haven't seen or thought that this thing has value and that you want to budget for it. So because you don't want to budget for it and you just want to pay $100, I can give you what you get for $100. Like, you go to a market and be like, I have $100. What is it gonna give me? This is what you can get for $100, and not crossing the line. Because I feel like sometimes, I used to do this. You would pay me the low end, right? But then still want the high quality valued price of this experience. And I would give you a little bit because I wanted you to have the thing, right? I wanted you to have the magic. I wanted you to experience it. But come to find out, like, nah, you experience it at $100. You get the $100. You don't get the $450, $300. That's not what you
You're already feeling it. Yeah, you're already feeling it. You think that this is it, honey. It's like when a person goes to like any kind of service, I don't care where you are, I'm just going to use oil changes. Okay. To me, an oil change is an oil change is an oil change. I don't give a shit what kind of oil you put in there because to me, it's all just oil. To me, I understand that you as a mechanic truly want the best for my vehicle and that the best and the most long lasting and things that won't hurt the engine, at a certain cool. That's awesome. Don't give a shit. Give me the cheapest oil change you got. I need it to last for about 15 minutes. I got somewhere to be. Thank you so much. Like I'm not going to this person and going back and forth with them with their knowledge and their skills. They have a service, they have pricing. I know what I'm willing to pay for and what I value out of this. My car is not, I mean, it's old by industry standards, but I just paid my car off. That motherfucker go run as long as it's gonna run. Because I know people who bought cars last month that are fucked up today. So baby, I'm just gonna ride my luck. Okay. And right now the luck has been treat me right, I treat you right. But treat me right don't always mean the most expensive thing on the menu.
That's true.
A soup and a salad at lunchtime goes much further than a steak salad or a steak like at lunch. You can't finish that steak, you're gonna be all full and don't want to do work the rest of the day. Girl, have your little soup and salad, maybe like a sneak a martini in. And then the rest of your day is gonna be peaches and cream. You hear me? Peaches and motherfucking cream. If you haven't had a lunchtime martini, you are not living. I'm just letting you know. Get just like a little drunk in the middle of the day.
Okay, so this nothing about drinking, but I can have a steak at the middle of the day, and it actually is like will fuel my entire life. But it's just a steak. I'm not having potatoes. I'm not having a salad. It's if I have a good ribeye at 1 p.m., I'm not ready for a nap. I'm ready to take over the fucking world. Like, what are we doing?
like I am a woman. I'm a woman.
I'm alive. So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. But I mean, yeah, like the value, knowing that you want a service, and there's a price for that service, and not arguing about the price either. And my grandfather used to say this. He used to say, if you have to ask the price, you probably can't afford it. And I didn't. I mean, I couldn't afford it anyway because I was a child. So he was always pulling out the water cash. So yes, granddad, I can't afford nothing. That's why you're here. One of the many reasons. So, but him saying that as an adult, like I was like, it's true. Like if I walk into an establishment, because there's establishments like this, and there's no prices on the menu, either I can afford the fact that there's no prices or I can't. That's it.
Yeah. If you don't know what market price is for the fish or lobster, then you don't need to be eating fish or lobster. I love you, but you just don't need to.
And just knowing like you can get a fillet and still have fish, but you out here wanting the catch of the day, and that's a different price at market value. And
different price, babe.
And that's how I had to see it. It's like for myself, there's different prices out here for in these streets. I can set prices. I can raise my prices. I can negotiate. I can say, hey, what about this? Right? Like, okay, you can't do this. What's your budget? How high can you go? How much money have you set aside for this? Because I want you to get what I have to give. I want to be the person that you work with. And I also don't want to do more work and not get the exchange, this sacred investment, because there's an exchange that happens. And so I've learned that I am not the money that I get, because Lord God, if that was the case, child, I would really have a low self-esteem. I think that I wasn't good enough because I wasn't making any money, but that is not the case at all. I'm absolutely amazing. Being able to have a price list and just being like, this is the price list. This is what I would like to have. And I'm not connected to the money that I'm getting. Like who I am isn't based off of the money that is in my bank account or not, although it does help me live the life that helps me be who I am. It's just not who I am. And having a steady price list to me helps with that. Having a knowing like, no, this is what I value. This is what this is valued at. And either you're budgeting it in or you're not.
True. Well, I mean, we have here the question of how do you detach yourself? How do you detach your identity from your income? Because that's what you just spoke about. You have to be able to say that I'm not where I might want to be financially, but I am where I want to be mentally. You know, at least my nose ring is getting on my nerves this week. Um, like I am not rolling in the cash, but that was never the goal anyway. The goal wasn't to run and rule, like just roll in it. The goal was to be able to order the thing on the menu that I don't know the price of, knowing that when I swipe the card, it will approve. Or I don't know, for my husband to come home and say, I was thinking we do this, that, and the third. And it's like, all right, let's do it. The goal. Like that is the goal in life, to not be set back because of money. But my identity is not attached to that. My identity is the fact that I would have done it. If I can't afford to buy it, I probably can afford to make it, which is also where a lot of my value in my mind comes from, because I like making stuff. I like to know how things work. That way I can really appreciate it when I don't want to make it and I just want to go buy it, or I want someone else to do it for me. Not to, yes, to compare myself, but not to get on other people's processes. But one of the reasons I love arranging flowers is because I love flowers. And the the business of arranging flowers is incredibly expensive. Like incredibly, flowers are incredibly expensive. Then you start adding people's labor and insurance and shipping and vessels and buildings and water. And I can just go to the Joe's and pick up a few bushels and make something real cute for my house. But I know it takes a lot of effort if I go and get them from somebody else. So yeah, I'll spend $120 on an arrangement for flowers if I don't have the time or energy. But you know how many flowers I can get for $120? I think I spent $40 on flowers this week, and this house got flowers every goddamn where. They're flowers right here. Flowers everywhere, everywhere. Sorry. Okay, I just wanted to say that out loud. So you're right. I mean, I'm right. I asked the question. I can detach from my income. My identity is not my income. If it was, child.
Same. Because there's some moments I'm just like, I be looking at my bank. I have looked at my bank account and laughed. like laughed. Like I have no idea when or where this other money is going to come from. But do I have something to eat, and do I have somewhere to sleep tonight? Yes. Okay. We're not going to worry about it. We'll worry about it tomorrow. But knowing that the money that I'm getting in from the work that I'm doing doesn't make me Fatima. Like that's not why people love me or why I love myself. The money that I will bring in is just, again, helps me live the life that I want to live, but it doesn't make me less than or more than as a person. And I've learned to detach myself from it, because it's like money is a vibration. It's an energy. It's a thing that I'm calling in and that is coming to me, but it's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. And it doesn't navigate what I do, because if I was attached to income, I would put on shoes. Like that's it. I would put on shoes because there's a lot of places that would consider hiring me if I put on shoes, but I'm not putting on shoes for income. I didn't take my shoes off for somebody to tell me that in order for me to make it financially that I'd have to do something I don't want to do. And not even the thing I want to do. It's just not in my spirit to do. I cannot wear shoes. It's just not something that feels good to me. So knowing that if I gave in, I could have 6 figures. Absolutely. Probably any job I fucking wanted. But that would be me attaching who I am to the money that I can make and not the life that I want to live. And those are two separate things. So just being able to be intentional about that and having space to talk to people about pricing. So having practices that allow us to be grateful for the things that don't come with money, but you got it because you're just who you are. But then setting pricing for whatever services, resources, and having a price list and being okay with your prices, and then practicing with people saying what your prices are. Because sometimes if you don't practice, then we get we get fumbled. And when the moment comes, they shine the light on saying, so how much are your services called? We're like, and well, and it's like, what? Just send over the price list.
Yes, in the price list, child. What they gonna do? Say yes to no? I mean, was that our creative practices, our exercise to give people like just go ahead and write it down. Like write down what you believe it's worth based on the market value. And if you're like myself, do the you know instead of saying willing to negotiate, which I think everyone knows, is like, and I can meet you where you are when we have a discussion on what it is you want. Because you told me you want one thing, and there is a price range here for that. And there is a high price range and there's a low price range. Now, granted, most businesses are going to want the low price range. So then you just have, now we got to have a conversation about, well, what you want is closer to the middle. So this is what comes with that price range. Just letting you know. So the thing, and most of the time, that's plenty. I'm just saying. That's why your low price range should be, I think that's the competitive thing. Like that's, someone can look at your 125 an hour to somebody else's 125 an hour or maybe 115 an hour. And it's like, well, we get more with Jeremy for the extra $10 an hour and we like him more. So we're going to go with him even though he's more expensive. He's going to give us what we want and we like him. Great. That's competitive pricing. Then there's just people who completely lowball themselves. And it's like, well, I don't know, bitch. Like $75. I don't know if that's gonna work. It feels a little low for me. A little low for me. Like who trusts dollar store laundry detergent? Nobody. Nobody does. Nobody trusts it. Everybody I know that has ever bought laundry detergent from the Dollar Tree or dollar store has added other things to it. They didn't put borax in the motherfucker. They didn't put scent beads in the bitch. They didn't put bleach in that motherfucker. Like you could have just went and spent the $13 on the name brand shit and had everything you wanted. Like it's you just spent $20 doctoring up some bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't know where I'm getting these analogies from, but they are flowing out of me today.
I love it because it's real. It's real. Like you get what you pay for, and that it's like if people have a price too low, it's like I'm gonna get the knockoff version of what I want. Like I don't like using your analogy. There's a difference between Voss water and Walmart brand water, right? You gotta get what you pay for with Walmart brand water. That aftertaste, that nasty thing that happens, well, you pay for that. You wanted to save money, and your saving money gave you this nasty ass aftertaste. That's your fault. Me, I will go for the Voss water. Comes in a nice glass. I like glass over plastic. There's a crisp, nice taste to it. And it may cost me $1.25 more, but it has the flavor and all the things that I want. I'm getting what I'm investing in it. And so saying that your prices, people want to, if they're coming to you in your services, they're investing in getting the quality of that price. If I'm paying $75, I'm not expecting a lot from you. It's not.
Right. Like I really just want you to do this for me. And that is okay. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that I am, as a person who contracts out, if the price is moderate to low, it is likely something that I just do not have time to do. Like I just don't have time to do it. Or I mean, I guess we'll just be very honest. I don't make a whole bunch of money. So I can't actually afford it. But I know I can't do it. So, but it's gotta get done. So hey, I need this sliver of tasks done. Because I want to do the rest of it. I need you to do like 10 to 15% of it. I'm gonna do 85% of it because I'm paying you off of what I'm getting paid. And I'm not getting paid a whole bunch to do it. So it's like, well, friend, I got $100 to throw at it. What was it? A person's gonna come and put a bookshelf together for me. And I was like, I can pay you $150 to put it together. And he's like, that seems like a lot to put a bookshelf together. And it's like, well, it sounds like a lot of money, but it's a pretty big bookshelf. And I'm going to help you move stuff into it and out of it. But mainly what I need is for someone to put it together to get the party started. If you get the party started, my ADHD will get activated, and now I'll take stuff out the other bookcase, and we're gonna break the other bookcase down, and it's a whole thing. It's like, well, why don't you just do it yourself? Because I don't have the time and the energy. Okay, I don't know how to explain it to you. I need you to do it. Do you want this money or not? When I tell you this man said no to me, he said, well, no, that just seems like too much money. Like, okay. People are crazy. People are crazy. We have talked for 50. I would have taken it too. It's like to put a fucking bookshelf together and maybe, I don't know, throw some books on that bitch. And it does sound like a lot of money, but to me, I valued the time back. Right? And to get the task done. My task list is too long and I need it to be shorter so bad. I'm willing to almost pay anything. I'm willing to give up some, if you know what I mean, to do what I need to do. Actually, I probably should call the person. Might phone a friend or two.
Well, I can't help you with that list, but admin list. The phone a friend. Can't do help you with that. But if you want to phone a friend for the task list,
the other list.
The other list. So, okay, now we have, I think that we've given people, things to think about and questions to ask themselves. Where's your price point? How are you valuing your work, your skills, your services, your lived experiences, and how are you putting that down on paper matters. Being able to say it's okay to negotiate and ask people what their value is and how they value it and even what their budget is for that, or have they even thought about what they want to invest in it. But having your own form of questions to see where people are with what they're willing to invest in the thing that they're asking you to do is really important. And then practice writing your prices down and telling people your prices. And this way you don't have to go back and forth. It's just like, this is where my prices are. And if you can't meet these prices, then you won't be getting these things, but you may get this thing for that much. And just really allowing yourself to know that you are not your money. You are making money, you're calling in your money, but who you are as a person and what you bring into the world is not solely connected to how much money you have in your bank account. I promise there's a lot of shitty people who have a whole lot of money. We live in the United States, So just honoring that we're not saying that because you don't have that money, you're not. It's just saying that you get to choose how you relate to your value and the prices that you set. It's your choice.
It's your choice, boo. Well, we did it. We did it. Yet another episode of Rooted in Us, the podcast.
Yes. Is there anyone to leave the people with before we close?
There will always be money upstairs. Go to sleep sometimes, and I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I had another one, but it's not very professional. I just love Megan's new song, and I love it. It's just a really good song. I'll say that. What about you? Do you have anything? No, you closed this out, basically.
I did. I just want people to know that your value isn't connected to the money. It's just connected to you and how you choose to move through the world. And so if you're moving with integrity, if you're moving with honesty, if you're moving with love and grace, then I'm pretty sure everything you want and your calling in will be exactly what you want it to be. So just continue to do the work. Trust that you have it. People want what you have. And you may not be for everybody, but you are who you are for. So be you. Thank you for joining us for Rooted in Us, episode 9. Stay connected by following Love and Healing Work on all social media. Check out Jeremy at jeremyateal.com. You can, or Jeremy Ateal where? Everywhere. And book him. You can hire him. He's a photographer. He does floral arrangements for events. You can hire him to do the floral arrangements and the photography for the event. It's going to cost you, but you can hire him for it. So reach out to us, learn how you want to connect, tell a friend about us and the work that we do, and know that we are thankful you choose to tap in. Have a wonderful day. Drink water and take care of yourself. Love.